Hello, this is Jennifer with Women Loving Jesus, and today we're on Proverbs 9:2. She has slaughtered her meat, she has mixed her wine, she has also furnished her table. As we were reading last week, we went over verse 9:1, which had talked about a preparation of her house. And it was talking about the pillars, so physically we're looking at the outside of the house. Today we are moving on the inside of the house. And slaughtering her meat is a way to say, she's prepared her food, so she's been cooking in the kitchen or got takeout. Mixing her wine is providing whatever beverages you're going to have. So you picked up 24-pack of can of soda or something. You got your sweet tea there, whatever you have. And then furnishing her table just means that she set the dishes. The dishes are all prepared. You got your plates ready, your forks, silverware, napkins, those kind of things, so you can enjoy the meal. All you have to do is sit down and start enjoying. And that's where we are physically. Now, we talked about this also could be a spiritual meaning last week. As we were looking at the spiritual sense of this, two things kind of came out. I was reading one person who was saying, flesh and wine is a representation for nourishment of the mind and heart. So in one sense, this is saying that Christ is providing nourishment for you, not only for your mind, but also your heart, your emotions. So he is feeding you in that sense. And then as I continued reading, there's actually a lot of things that tie into Christ, and I think I could have gone off on a lot of different areas with this, but I was just praying, and because they were even talking about, like, this could represent communion, this could represent, there's a lot of things that this could represent spiritually. But if we kind of stick to what we were talking about last week spiritually, when we were talking about the ordinances and the gifts, this would be again a representation of that Christ is blessing us. He's blessing us with the gifts that he gives us. He gives us these spiritual blessings. This table that is before you is something that is seen as favorable. And when you think about it, when someone has gone to the trouble of, especially back in these days, if someone's coming over for a big meal like this, you weren't just going to a restaurant getting takeout and it took you 15 minutes. And that was the work you had to do. You took out your pay and you did that. This could be days of work. This could be a week of work, depending on what you did with the meat, because you might have to marinate it, this or that. So slaughtering the meat alone would take a lot of work. The wine and what they were saying about that, there's two things when you're talking about stirring the wine. Either they put water in it to make it more drinkable, or there's some spices that you added to it. I don't know which one they were really talking about, but that maybe would not be as much work, but there's still some preparation that day you had to do for it. And then furnishing a table, you had to take out your silverware and set that and everything. But some of the food prep would have been something that you were going to do to really show whoever was eating that, and this still happen today. Some people go all on out and they can take a couple of days to prepare for a meal. You're slow cooking things, you're marinating things, and you're really making everything from scratch, and you're making a couple items the day before and 2 days before. You're doing some prep. And you're doing that for people that you really care about. It's not someone, you don't really necessarily care about, or at least someone that's coming over as you care about, and it's thoughtful. And a lot of times it may be you're doing it for a blessing, it's for a birthday, it's for an anniversary, it's for a holiday. You want to do it for something special. And this is saying Christ has recognized and he wants to bless us, that he loves us, that we are part of his family, and he's doing this specially to bless us. So I pray that the Spirit of God has encouraged you today, and I thank you for listening.